It's raining mice in Australia, literally, and I'm not making this up or reading it out from a Murakami. Millions of mice have infested Australia, and they're everywhere: houses, garages, water tanks, under the beds.
If you're a farmer or someone who works in the field, it might be normal for you to make discoveries that leave you amazed, shocked, confused, or even scared. These Texan farmers had almost become used to getting surprised now and then. Join us as we explore and analyze Texas and its strange farm happenings, as well as a public response to these findings. The chupacabra. For a long time, farmers in Texas faced a daunting situation of mysterious attacks on their livestock. There were many beliefs as to what could be responsible for the attacks, but in 2007, the truth seemed to come out. Phyllis Canyon, a farmer who lived near Cuero in Texas, was returning home one day in late September 2007 when she stumbled upon a creepy creature. This creature, which she described as a cross between 2 or 3 different things, was hairless and resembled a dog with large fangs and big ears. The creature was a chupacabra, which translates to goat sucker, and had only existed in local folklore until now. The creature is infamous for allegedly draining the blood of livestock, and since Phyllis had already lost up to 26 chickens to mysterious attacks, it was easy to believe that the animal she had found was the source of the attacks. However, many have tried to debunk the news of the creature, attributing the animal killings as the work of coyotes. Nevertheless, the chupacabra remains a strong suspect within Texas farm households. The legend of the chupacabra can be traced back to reports of livestock killings in Latin America, most notably in Puerto Rico during the mid-1990s. Over the decades, stories of the elusive creature expanded across Central America, Mexico, and the southern United States. Whether described as a bipedal reptilian monster with spines down its back, as in the original Puerto Rican accounts, or as a hairless canine-like animal, commonly reported in Texas, the chupacabra is said to prey on goats, chickens, and other farm animals, draining them of blood. Mastodon skull. When Texas farmer Wayne Sewan and his son decided to dig through a gravel pit on their farm in May 2014, what they did not expect was to come face to face with a relic from the past. On that fateful day, both father and son were working on the sediment on their farm when they found something sticking out of the ground. At first, they thought it was a rock, but as they dug it out, they realized that they had instead unearthed a massive bone from prehistoric times. Astonished, the farmer quickly informed experts of their findings. After careful examination, it was revealed that the bone was indeed the skeleton of a Columbian mammoth, whose species had gone extinct some 20,000 to 40,000 years ago. The mammoth skeleton was found almost complete and is believed to have been a 40-year-old male with a staggering height of about 13 feet tall and weighing up to 20,000 pounds. It was almost like discovering a dinosaur in one's backyard. The mammoth's features were truly fascinating to scientists. Columbian mammoths had long, curved tusks that could reach lengths of up to 15 feet, and unlike other woolly mammoths, this species was mostly hairless and adapted to warmer climates. Before they went extinct, they roamed North America during the Pleistocene epoch, foraging for vegetation. After the excavation, the farmer decided to donate the skeleton to a local museum for further study and preservation. Spider pig. In December 2022, a farmer named Pio Torres from Zamboanga City experienced something truly mind-boggling when one of his sows gave birth to a piglet with 8 legs. This unusual piglet was the last of a litter of 13, but that was not all the little piglet had to battle with. Its intestines were protruding from its belly. However, despite its bizarre appearance, the piglet could move around and was returned to its mother for feeding. Unfortunately, just a day later, the farmer found the piglet lifeless in its enclosure. But what caused this deformity? According to Dr. Arneido Agbayani, the city veterinarian, the piglet suffered from polydactyly, a genetic condition that leads to extra limbs. Such mutations can occur for various reasons, including genetic abnormalities during cell division. When DNA is copied, sometimes the replication isn't perfect, leading to mutations that can manifest in physical deformities. Also, environmental factors play a significant role in these anomalies, according to the doctor. Increased exposure to industrial chemicals and poor farming practices can lead to genetic mutations in animals. These chemicals can damage DNA during its repair process, resulting in unexpected deformities like those seen in the piglet. Mice plague. In 2021, Australia faced one of its worst mice plagues, caused by unexpected changes in weather. After years of drought, summer rains finally arrived, bringing relief to farmers. However, the rains also created perfect conditions for mice to breed. The mouse population grew rapidly, turning into a massive infestation that caused serious problems across the country. By March, thousands of mice had taken over farms, grain silos, and homes. They destroyed crops, ate through stored grain, and even invaded people's houses. Farmers tried everything to stop them, from setting traps to sweeping hundreds of mice into buckets. But these efforts barely made a difference because the mice kept multiplying. The damage was severe. Crops were ruined, hay bales were chewed apart, and farmers struggled to protect their livelihoods. Families also had to deal with mice running through their homes, causing stress and sleepless nights. Eventually, the NSW Farmers Association called on the government for help, asking for stronger pesticides to control the mice. However, there were concerns about the environmental impact of these chemicals, which delayed their approval. This made it harder for farmers to manage the problem quickly. The mice plague was a tough time for farmers and communities. It showed how quickly nature can create challenges and how important it is to be prepared. The plague left many people struggling financially and emotionally, marking one of the hardest periods in Australia's farming history. Astronaut helmet. Imagine walking through your fields, the sun shining down on you when suddenly you stumble upon something that provides answers to a decade-old question. This was the experience of Ho Van Tan, a Texas farmer who discovered an astronaut helmet in his field in 2020. The discovered helmet was linked to the tragic Columbia Space Shuttle disaster that occurred on February 1, 2003, claiming the lives of 7 astronauts. The Columbia mission, designated STS-107, had launched on January 16, 2003, and was intended to conduct various scientific experiments in space. Unfortunately, during re-entry, the shuttle disintegrated over Texas due to damage sustained from foam insulation that struck its wing-firing launch. The debris scattered across a wide area, covering over 2,000 square miles in East Texas alone. When it was found, the piece of protective wear appeared to be covered in rust and dirt, and rightfully so, since it may have been left to defend itself against nature's elements as it lay outside. It also showed indications to prove that it had gone through scalding temperatures. Some parts of the white-turned-black helmet looked charred and molten with black marks, with an enormous hole that could be seen to the back, perhaps apparent from the result of a fire or explosion. Also, underneath the helmet was a large hole in the ground with no grass growing above it, which may indicate that the helmet had been burning as it made an impact on the ground. The helmet is believed to be part of the equipment worn by one of the astronauts aboard Columbia. This incident not only reignited memories of the disaster, but also highlighted the ongoing impact it has had on NASA and space exploration. In the aftermath of the tragedy, NASA conducted extensive investigations and recovery operations, learning valuable lessons that have since improved safety protocols for future missions. The helmet found by Ho serves as a somber artifact from a time when space exploration faced profound challenges. Emu egg. In 2024, a Texas farmer discovered a rare emu egg on his farm. His curiosity as to how it got to his farm was replaced almost immediately by the rareness and market value of such a find. Emu eggs are not just any ordinary eggs. They are massive and have a striking green shell that can weigh up to 3 pounds alone. For context, each emu egg is roughly equivalent to about 10 regular chicken eggs, making it a substantial addition to any kitchen. The shell is incredibly thick and is often used for creative uses such as carving and decoration, adding to its captivating nature as a specialty product. The birds themselves are originally native to Australia and are considered a protected species in many areas due to their declining populations. In the United States, there are only about 12,000 to 14,500 emus, making them quite rare. They typically lay around 50 to 60 eggs per year, which is significantly fewer than chickens, contributing to the high value of their eggs in the market. The discovery has not only highlighted the uniqueness of emus, but also their growing popularity as livestock in Texas. With more people interested in raising emus for their eggs, meat, and even oil, the demand for these incredible birds is on the rise. Ancient Hunt Mosaic. Salkaya, a village located in Elazig province and about 500 kilometers east of Ankara, Turkey is where Mehmet Emin Sualp was planting cherry saplings when he stumbled upon something extraordinary. As he dug into the earth, he uncovered a stunning Roman mosaic that measured approximately 84 square meters. After discovering the mosaic, Sualp promptly notified local authorities, ensuring that this significant piece of history could be properly excavated and preserved. The site has also revealed other structures, including what might have been a bathhouse and an irrigation channel, hinting at a thriving settlement linked to the Roman Empire's frontier with ancient Persia. This remarkable find is believed to date back to the late Roman period, possibly around the late 3rd century. It features dramatic hunting scenes, including a fierce lion chasing a mountain goat and a bear pursuing a stag. One of the standout images in the mosaic was a rare Anatolian leopard sinking its teeth into an ostrich's neck. Alongside these thrilling depictions, serene birds like pheasants and ducks were also drawn onto the mosaic canvas, with blooming roses and pomegranate trees. The mosaic seemed to teach about the principle of order, which was a principle that was strictly heeded by ancient walls. Archaeologists suggest that this mosaic was likely the largest of its kind ever found in Turkey, as most mosaics discovered so far are either geometric or mythological in theme. According to Emre Kayır, the lead archaeologist on the site, this mosaic is unique for its intact portrayal of animals that once roamed the region. Four-legged chicken. When John, a poultry farmer in Queensland, noticed that his chickens were always pecking at another chicken, his spidey sense kicked in immediately. As he went to rescue the chickens, he noticed something astonishing. The chicken had 4 legs instead of 2.
1, 2, 3, 4.
This unusual chick, which he had affectionately named April, was born as a result of a rare genetic mutation known as polymelia that caused it to develop extra limbs, resembling a case of conjoined twins rather than a typical deformity. This made her prone to attacks from other chicks who tried to peck at her spine. Initially, April faced numerous challenges due to her condition. The extra legs made it difficult for her to walk and feed properly. However, her owner was determined to help her survive. He gave her a safe environment, ensuring she received nutritious food and plenty of care. Over time, with the right support and attention, April began to thrive. She adapted to her unique situation and even learned to maneuver around the farm with her additional legs. As news of April spread, a local wildlife carer recognized the potential for April to lead a better life and offered to take her in. This new home provided specialized care and the opportunity for surgery to address her condition. The surgery aimed to improve her mobility and overall quality of life, allowing her to live more comfortably. Skull of Pyrenean mastodon. Sometimes discovering artifacts can be scary, especially when you know that a lot of top researchers would begin to swarm the site of discovery. Perhaps these were the thoughts in the mind of the farmer who discovered the first ever skull of a Pyrenean mastodon. While working on his land, he hit something on the ground. As he continued digging, he soon realized that what he struck was a massive bone, particularly the skull. However, to maintain privacy in his home, he didn't report it until 2 years later. However, in 2017, he eventually reached out to the Natural History Museum of Toulouse to share his extraordinary find. Upon examination, it was revealed that the skull belonged to a species that last walked the Earth around 11 to 13 million years ago. The unearthed Pyrenean mastodon was quite a sight similar in shape to modern elephants, but with 4 tusks instead of 2. 2 tusks protruded from the upper jaw and 2 from the lower jaw, each about 80 centimeters long. It's fascinating to think about these giant creatures that once walked the Earth. According to museum director Francis Duranthon, the full skull will allow archaeologists to get a clearer picture of the anatomy of this species. Interestingly, this discovery is monumental because until now, only a few teeth had been found in the region back in 1857. Roman coins. In an interesting blend of luck, history, and archaeology, a farmer stumbled upon something that dates back to the Roman Empire. In 2023, this Texas farmer made headlines when he discovered a remarkable hoard of Roman coins while plowing his field. This unexpected find generated buzz on the internet, especially among historians and researchers. The coins are believed to date back to around 63 AD, at the time when Emperor Nero had total control and ruled over the enormous Roman Empire. The hoard consists of several silver denarii, which were the standard currency of ancient Rome, These coins not only hold monetary value, but also provide invaluable insights into the economic activities of the time. After submitting the coins for evaluation, experts speculate that these coins may have belonged to a wealthy local farmer who likely supplied goods to the Roman army, reflecting the intricate trade networks that existed even then. However, this brought up debates among those who believed that the ancient empire did not have any dealings with the land in present-day America. What is particularly intriguing is how these coins ended up in Texas. While it may seem unusual for Roman artifacts to be found in America, there have been a series of discoveries of Roman coins across the continent over the years. Some theories suggest that they could have been brought over by early explorers or even traded by indigenous peoples who came into contact with European settlers. Forever chemicals. What do you do when your farm animals all start to die at once? That was the question that the Colemans, two Texas farmers, were asking themselves. This issue began to surface majorly around 2022 when both Tony and Karen Coleman started noticing alarming patterns among their animals. They operated a ranch in Johnson County and reported that they lost 39 animals over 2 years, including fish, horses, and cows. The situation escalated to the point where they found healthy calves born only to die shortly after. Indeed, it was a devastating period for them. The discovery of the problem began when the Colemans noticed unusual symptoms in their livestock. After reaching out to local authorities and initiating a 9-month investigation, environmental crime investigators collected samples from various sources associated with the ranch, like water from their ponds, fertilizer used nearby, and even the tissue of deceased animals. A few weeks later, they received a shocking revelation. The tests revealed that the fertilizer made from sewage biosolids contained high levels of PFAS, perfluoroalkyl and polyfluoroalkyl substances, with one calf's liver showing concentrations of 610,000 parts per trillion, a level deemed dangerously high by experts. The fertilizer was marketed as a safe and eco-friendly option for farmers, but turned out to be contaminated with synthetic chemicals that do not break down in the environment. This revelation raised serious concerns, not only for the Colemans, but for countless farmers across Texas and beyond, who may have unknowingly used similar products. In response to these findings, Tony and Karen Coleman, along with 4 other local farmers, filed a lawsuit against Sinagro, the Maryland-based company responsible for producing the contaminated fertilizer, and Render Environmental, a Texas-based distributor. Happy the calf. Meet Happy, the calf born with a unique smiley face marking on its side, who captured global attention in 2023. This unique calf first surprised its farm owner during his morning rounds when he spotted the remarkable marking, which had a clear resemblance to a wide smile. Such unique occurrences are rare and naturally invite curiosity about how they happen. The smiley face marking on Happy's side is the result of genetic mutations that can occur during the development of an animal. These mutations are responsible for creating unusual patterns in the coat colors and markings of various animals. While the exact mechanism behind the emergence of specific patterns is not entirely understood, several factors contribute to these anomalies. Genetic predispositions, environmental influences during the animal's development, and even random chance play critical roles in determining an animal's physical appearance. In Happy's case, the smiley face marking is a more pleasant surprise rather than a sign of any health issue. Animals with unique patterns like Happy's are rare, making them stand out and often becoming the focus of human fascination. This phenomenon has been observed in other animals, such as cats with heart-shaped spots, or dogs with patches that resemble symbols or letters, but a smiley face is exceptionally unusual. Happy's story took an even more heartwarming turn when his fate was decided. Typically, calves on farms like Happy's are destined for the abattoir. However, Happy's remarkable marking and the attention it garnered saved him from this fate. Instead, Happy became a local celebrity and was purchased by Lardner Park, an agricultural and events organization in Victoria, Australia, for $10,000 Australian dollars. The purchase was not merely for novelty. Lardner Park plans to make Happy their official mascot, symbolizing joy, community, and the wonders of nature. Moreover, the AUD 10,000 payment was donated to support the local West Gippsland Hospital. This decision reflects how Happy's unique marking has not only brought smiles to countless faces, but also contributed to a meaningful cause, aiding healthcare in the region. Craig Debnam, the CEO of Lardner Park, expressed his delight at welcoming Happy to their community. He emphasized that Happy's story resonates with people on many levels in terms of nature's unpredictability, the value of compassion, and the power of community spirit. Space junk debris. One evening, Mick Miners, a sheep farm owner, was taking a stroll round his farm when he came across a black object stuck to the ground in his paddock. The strange object was about 9 feet tall and seemed to have been set on fire. Mick thought it was a tree that had been struck off by lightning, but it turned out to be something more extraordinary. It was a piece of debris from a spaceship, particularly the SpaceX's Crew 1 mission. The vessel re-entered Earth's atmosphere on July 9, 2022, and made a loud sonic boom with a blazing fireball in its wake. Local farmers all over the county heard the noise, and weeks later, Mick found the object in his paddock. After reporting to experts, they confirmed that the charred chunk was part of the trunk section of SpaceX's Crew Dragon spacecraft. The trunk was designed to carry unpressurized cargo to the International Space Station and is released before re-entry. However, instead of landing in the ocean as intended, pieces of this trunk landed on Mick's farm. The incident raised concerns among the locals as to the level of caution that the space agency was taking. As space explorations continue to expand, incidents like this may become more common. Experts warn that with an increase in launches, the likelihood of space junk landing in populated areas grows. However, SpaceX acknowledged the incident and dispatched a team to assess the situation, assuring the farmers that there would be improvement in debris management for future space missions. Templar Cave. Discovered in 2017 by a local photographer who was exploring the woods, the Cainton Caves consist of a series of man-made chambers with complex carvings and archways, located beneath privately owned woodland near Cainton Hall. The photographer initially thought it was a rabbit hole on one of his lands and decided to explore. However, the hole led him to a network of small caves, which was about 700 years old. Most historians believe they were constructed in the late 18th or early 19th century by the Knights Templar order. The Knights Templar, also known as Poor Fellow Soldiers of Christ and of the Temple of Solomon, was founded in the early 12th century during the Crusades. Originally, they were established to protect Christian pilgrims traveling to the Holy Land. However, they evolved into a powerful military and financial organization, known for their distinctive white mantles adorned with a red cross. Although the Knight Templars were known for their strict code of conduct and commitment to helping those in need, their power led to jealousy and suspicion among monarchs and church leaders, and in 1307, King Philip IV of France orchestrated a brutal crackdown on the order, leading to many arrests and executions. Now, while there is no definite evidence linking them directly to the caves, some theories suggest that these caves could have served as a secret meeting place or sanctuary for Templar followers. Since the 1900s, these caves have come to be associated with informal ceremonies and rituals, thus fueling local legends that suggest they were used by Templar devotees long after the official dissolution of the order. However, it's essential to note that most historians regard these claims as speculative rather than factual. Thank you for watching the video to the end. If you liked it, please consider liking and subscribing to the channel to enjoy more similar content. We'd love to hear your thoughts on which of these mind-blowing events in the comments. Until next time.